Okay, as promised in the last video, I have an interesting video here, interesting video topic in regards to aliens, and it's specifically to do with John Lilly. Now, if you don't know who John Lilly is an absolute legend. John Lilly invented, he's the inventor, straight inventor, not second-hand or middleman, or he saw it from someone, or he invented the flotation tanks, which is all the rave right now. And I have not tried the flotation tanks myself, but I am totally understanding of their power, because what happens in a flotation tank is your senses are deprived, your five senses. You're floating, so there's no touch, there's no seeing, there's no hearing, it's complete silence, you don't see anything. And I use this blindfold, you put it on, it's complete darkness, and it is powerful just to deprive myself of sight alone. I can only imagine if all your senses are deprived. My friend just had a recent experience with it. He loves it. He goes once a week, and for him that's a powerful method for him, and he said like it sent him into some next level psychedelic like state after. I totally understand why, because this is the illusion, this is Maya. And so our senses, we're so deceived by our senses. If you take them away, then you go inwards. Then you're much likely to go inwards into the true self, or into other realms, not even, just go into other frequencies. So John Lilly is such a legend because he invented these tanks, and he used LSD, and he would go into these tanks under the influence of LSD, and he would have all these experiences. Okay, I mean, think about it. The tank alone is probably trippy as fuck. Now imagine adding LSD to that. Man, I mean, this is already trippy enough for me. I just put it on and I hum, and then like in half an hour I'm into these other realms. Now I can only imagine flotation tank, all your senses are deprived, LSD, I can only imagine. So this guy, basically, John Lilly, God bless his soul, he was very, very interesting. So he had encounter with, he was big into dolphins, communicating with dolphins, and he had a lot of contact with extraterrestrials. Okay, clearly you're gonna get into a tank, you're gonna have LSD. The guy was clearly a very evolved soul, a wanderer, a starseed, whatever. You're gonna have a lot of contact with aliens. So I'm gonna read this to you here. Okay, so these are the words of John Lilly. In one's life, there can be peculiarly appropriate chains of related events that lead to consequences that are strongly desired. After such experiences, one wonders how such a series of events developed. Sometimes there's a strong feeling that some intelligence greater than ours directed the course along certain lines which it, he, she is programming. Several years ago, I enunciated a format for such concatenations of events, somewhat. So this is the explanation for synchronicities, his explanation. So there exists a cosmic control center, so CCC, cosmic control center, with a galactic substation called Galactic Coincidence Control, so GCC, within which is the Solar System Control Unit, SSCU, within which is the Earth Coincidence Control Office, ECCO. The assignments of responsibilities from the top to the bottom of this system of control is by a set of regulations which, translated by ECCO for humans, is somewhat as follows. So, according to John Lilly, there exists a subdivision called Earth Coincidence Control Office, ECCO, and there's actually certain guidelines. So here are the guidelines for the ECCO if you would like to get in touch with the folks there. So, to all humans, if you wish to control coincidences in your own life on the planet Earth, we will cooperate and determine those coincidences for you under the following conditions. 1. You must know, assume, simulate our existence in ECCO. 2, you must be willing to accept our responsibility for control of your coincidences. 3, you must exert your best capabilities for your survival programs and your own development as an advanced member of ECCO's Earthside Corps of Controlled Coincidence Workers. You are expected to use your best intelligence in this service. Number 4, you're expected to expect the unexpected every minute, every hour of every day and of every night. I love it. Number 5, you must be able to maintain conscious thinking, reasoning, no matter what events we arrange to happen to you. Some of these events will seem catastrophic and overwhelming. Remember, stay aware. No matter what happens, apparently happens to you. 6, you are in our training program for life. There is no escape from it. We, not you, control the long-term coincidences. You, not we, control the short-term coincidences by your own efforts. Number 7, your major mission on Earth is to discover, create that which we do to control the long-term coincidence patterns. You are being trained on Earth to do this job. Number 8, when your mission on planet Earth is completed, you will no longer be required to remain returned there. Number 9, remember the motto passed to us from GCC via SSCU, so the divisions above ECCO. Cosmic love is absolutely ruthless and highly indifferent. It teaches its lessons whether you like them or not. This is one of my favorite quotes, and you might have heard me say it in these videos, but really, it's the truth. Cosmic love is absolutely ruthless and highly indifferent. It teaches its lessons whether you like them or not. So clearly, John Lilly is working for the Confederation, and he's a 6th density soul. Clearly, very, very wise, channeling some great wisdom. This pretty much agrees with everything that you hear about in the Law of One, everything that you hear about in the extraterrestrial circles and channelings. And yeah, it's true. You know, you very well damn know that if you are communicating with the extraterrestrial fam, that like synchronicities happen all over. I haven't been communicating with the folks back home lately. I haven't been seeing any synchronicities or anything that blows my mind or anything like that. In other words, you are expected to expect the unexpected every minute, every hour of every day and of every night. And I have not really been doing that, and because of that, life has been seeming to be ordinary. Because I'm not expecting the unexpected every minute. So maybe these synchronicities are happening, but I'm not seeing them. So I'm not able to register them. Maybe they're just not happening because the folks back home realize that this asshole's not gonna get it. So what's the point? What's the point of arranging any synchronicities here? But like 3 weeks ago, I was so in constant contact with the folks back home. You cannot believe how many synchronicities were happening, the people that I was meeting and how I was meeting them, the numbers, etc. So it seems to be true to me that you're expected to expect the unexpected every minute, that the way these synchronicities are arranged for you by the Earth Coincidence Control Office is by you being aware. See, it says there, be aware. If you're aware, if you're open. See, now I know after making this video, I know things are just gonna start getting spooky. I just know. I know. Like I remember last year when I moved to Thailand. So I was getting in those states where I was like, whoa, you know, I got introduced to the whole Starseed thing, and man, synchronicity after synchronicity, synchronicity after synchronicity. I met a guy named Angelus. I told his story, and he basically was like he basically told me about the Starseed thing. And yeah, so synchronicity after synchronicity. Then, because it was happening so much and it was getting so overwhelming, I talked and I said, look, I'm busy here finishing tying up my knots, tying up all the everything here. from Canada, because I'm moving out of this country that I was living in for 15 years. Stop the bullshit. It's overwhelming, and when I go to Thailand, we can resume. And not, I swear, I said that. No more coincidences, no more synchronicities. Everything just seemed mundane, which is exactly what I needed, because I needed to finish up my shit in Canada. You know, I was leaving in 2 weeks, and I had a bunch of things to finish up. So, but then I came back to Thailand, and the first, you know, after a couple of weeks of just getting adjusted, I said, all right, bring it on, motherfuckers. I was like, bring it on, I'm ready again. And then, what do you know? What do you know? So, it seems to be that you have to expect the unexpected. This it agrees with my experience, but I think it agrees with the experience of many people also. So, you must exert your best capabilities for your survival programs and your own development as an advancing member of ECCO. You're expected to use your best intelligence. You're expected to expect the unexpected every minute, every hour of every day of every night. You try that and let me know how it goes. Synchronicity is all over. It may get too overwhelming. And if it gets overwhelming, you just say, please, it's overwhelming. Back off a little bit. You are in a training program for life. There's no escape from it. Well, it's true. If you're a wanderer, you're here on a mission. It says, number 7, your major mission on Earth is to discover, create that which we do not control. That which we do to control the long-term coincidence patterns. You're being trained on Earth to do this job. When your mission on planet Earth is completed, you will no longer be required to remain. That's what a wanderer is. That's what a starseed is. Yeah, John Lilly was onto something, man. I read his book, and I'll tell you, he's a trippy, he's very groovy, very trippy. But he was onto something, and he clearly was in touch with certain realms, and he brought a lot of wisdom from there. And that's pretty much it. So, yeah, this explains why when you recognize synchronicities and you begin to look for them and you begin to pay attention, that they start to happen like this, like boom, boom, boom. Because then the Earth Coincidence Control Office is like, okay, he gets it, she gets it, all right. They're paying attention, all right, so, and then they do their thing, whatever their thing is. You know, I don't know how it works. I mean, we know I work for the Confederation, and many of you guys work for the Confederation. So I suppose we know, but not in our human right now, because the human limitations and everything. How it's done exactly, the technical parts and everything, I'm not sure how it works, but I'm pretty sure that when I leave my body and I go back and you know, because I do work for the Confederation, and so did John Lilly, and many of you guys work for the Confederation as well. And that's the mission. We're here on a mission, and you feel it. If you've got a sense of mission, I mean, it's all about the mission, right? It's all about the mission. And perhaps I have not been even, I suppose, because I haven't even been making many videos for the last few days, last 5-6 days, because I changed, you know, I talk about it in the sleep deprivation video. But, you know, it's true. When I'm plugged into my mission, then the communication is instantaneous, and it's always flowing between me and the other side. And then that's when synchronicities happen and blessings. I'm showered with blessings, and I'm just showered with, like, oh, you know, love and joy and guidance. I feel like there's guidance. I also feel that's strengthened when I'm in touch with the mission, when I'm focused on the mission. What needs to be done? What is my mission here? And when I fall out of that, then I also fall out of, I suppose I fall out of communication. And when I fall out of communication with the other side, then they see that I'm not paying attention. So I suppose less coincidences are instigated. So I'm, okay, all right, look guys, I'm making this video here. All right, let's talk together again, shall we? Let's go. More coincidences, please. More of that, please. Okay, so here we go. We're back in, and you could do that with your folks too. Okay, you just talk to them. You just talk to them. That's it. Just talk to them. They're always there. They're always listening. Okay, let's read it again here. To all humans, if you wish to control coincidences in your own life on planet Earth, we will cooperate and determine those coincidences for you under the following conditions. Okay? So again, when you also ask for these things, now keep something in mind. It's very important. You must be able to maintain conscious thinking, reasoning, no matter what events we arrange to happen to you. Some of these events will seem catastrophic, overwhelming. Remember, stay aware. No matter what happens, apparently happens to you. So when you actually ask for it, it doesn't mean it's always going to be like things that are good. It's not always going to be like coincidences that are good and they're blessings. Everything is a blessing. But it could be something that doesn't seem like a blessing when it is precisely a blessing. You may come across an ex-girlfriend or something, or an ex-boyfriend, and get these, you know, these unpleasant feelings. Well, that is a blessing actually, and that is, especially if you've been asking for coincidences, that could be arranged to you from there. And it may seem like, what, why, you know what? It's like, but that's exactly what you need here. You may get in an accident or something, and you know, you ask for it. You're like, okay, guys, you know, here, bring me more coincidences, and that could be it. That could be the first thing that happens to you. Maybe you get in an accident, and you know, maybe like you're getting a cast for a month or two. That could be exactly what needs to happen now. So according to them, you must be able to maintain conscious thinking, reasoning, no matter what events we arrange to happen to you. Some of these events will seem catastrophic, overwhelming. Remember, stay aware. No matter what happens, apparently happens. So you're basically inviting an elephant. Okay, my friends, you're inviting an elephant, but it will definitely accelerate your growth, whatever it is. Especially if I find that if you're grateful, they also get it. You know, if you're really grateful, then that seems to be a way also to communicate. Like if you just say thank you, they tend to arrange a lot of coincidences that are pleasant. You know, whether it's some financial blessing that came your way, or a pleasant person that comes into your life, or something like that. So gratitude is very, very important, and for me, it is one of the most powerful ways to communicate with what John Lilly coined as the Earth Control or Earth Coincidence Control Office, ECCO. So there are some interesting nuggets for you here to spook up your world. The more spooked up your world is, the more spookiness happens. So I highly recommend that you spook it up, you know, spook it up a little. That's all I'm saying. So this video is there to spook it up a little for you. Thank you to the Patreons for your continuous support. I love you guys so much. And yeah, let's continue doing this. If you would like to contribute to this community via Patreon, you got a couple of bucks a month to spare, or you might want to do it on PayPal, like a one-time thing. The links are in the description. Saeed Mobayed at Instagram. I love you guys, and until next time, may the Force be with you.